Well, good morning and welcome to the final day of Everyday Patriots. 5 real ways to support conservative voices. My name is Willie Lawson, and today we close this series with a powerful truth. You can't stand alone forever. Now, a lot of us, especially if you're conservative, what you are is self-reliant, and you don't have to worry about depending on somebody else. I've often told people that conservatives kind of lone wolf characters. That's the reason why, generally speaking, we don't get together and protest stuff. We just deal with it on our own. Just like, we'll just deal with it at my house. I don't have to like load up the car and drive downtown and get some signs to get with people. I don't get time for all that nonsense, right? That's generally who we are. I can respect that because I'm that person too. Um, but we can't stand by ourselves alone forever because when we are by yourself, you can get picked off. So if we want our values to last, faith, family, and our freedom, we've got to build communities that won't bow. We have to have people around us, even if they're not our next door neighbors. But we have to be in communities where, somebody's going to have your back and they're not going to bow. And sometimes, we do these podcasts, we do these YouTube shows, and as we build community all over the world sometimes with like thinking people. Right now, by the way, we've been on a little campaign this week and building subscribers to this particular YouTube channel. And we went from 860 some in the past couple of days to right now is 890. So we're doing it slowly, but we are building community. We're building a community of like-minded conservatives that are about those three things: faith, family, and freedom. So we got to build these communities that aren't going to bow. They are not going to submit. They're not going to comply. We will become ungovernable. Is that a word? Yes, ungovernable. We got to build these communities because when we're connected to people who believe what you believe, the pressure to conform doesn't win. The whole idea is like, well, everybody around me is getting the jab, and everybody at work, and heck, everybody at church even. I don't think I should, but everybody else is doing it. Right? Tell me that didn't happen to people. Heck, tell me that didn't happen to you. And if it happened to you, I'm not here to condemn you. I'm not. But I'm here to give you a wake-up call. Build community with like-minded people who care about faith, freedom, faith, family, and freedom. And that way that pressure to conform doesn't win out. Because courage multiplies. Isolation is actually a tactic. In the Saul Alinsky book, Rules for Radicals, they mention as one of the methodologies is to isolate the enemy. And they do call us the enemy. They don't call us the opposition, they call us the enemy. And and Alinsky used that word on purpose. So the idea is if they can isolate you, then they can do what? Then they can make you conform, they can make you quiet. The left wants you isolated. That's what cancel culture is, right? It isn't just about silencing you. It's making sure that you feel alone in whatever you believe. So many times, especially when we started all this, people would dial into the Blog Talk Radio show, and say, golly, I thought I was the only one who thought like this. Especially people of color, POCs, would think, I thought I was the only one. No. That, Glenn Beck built a huge following on, golly, I thought that I was the only one. I thought I was crazy because I was the only one that felt this way. I was the only one who thought about these things. And the left wants you to make believe that, that you're alone in all this, makes you think that you're alone in all this. But what you know now, if you didn't know before, you're not alone, not by a long shot. Whether you're in a blue city or a red county, there are others who think like you. And they're looking for you too. They're looking for you too. So community doesn't mean like a commune. It means creating a local networks of people committed to truth. It doesn't mean that you all have to move in together and you know what and get a common security system and be all on the same water system. It doesn't mean that. It means that you create these local networks of people committed to truth that you know that you can go to that aren't going to back down. That's what it's about. And so often when, we ask people to do this kind of stuff, they go, well, Willie, they give me the Moses thing, right? Well, I don't, they say, you're really good at talking to people and I'm not. And I think because that's what Moses said, right? When he was told to go in there and advocate for his people. I'm not really good at that. I don't have really time for it. I don't have the infrastructure. But you don't need a movement to build community. You don't. You have a living room? Start with a monthly dinner for conservative families that you know. A monthly dinner. You could have people over your house for dinner, can't you? Because if you know, especially if they're part of your church family, you know that, oh yeah, these people think like I do, but we just don't say anything. But now you're in your, and if I can use this term, safe space. You can have those conversations, and you can start building community one family at a time. Like I mentioned in the last video, when my friend Ted was asking me about how do we stop this racism thing, and I said one family at a time. So you can meet with one family at a time, if one couple at a time. Invite a couple over. Say, hey, listen, we'd like to have you over for dinner on Friday night. We'd like to have you over for dinner. Maybe we'll watch a movie. Just hang out. Start there. You can do that. I mean, you don't have to be anybody. You don't have to be Martin Luther King. You don't have to be Rand Paul. You don't have to be Rand Paul. I mean, you don't have to be Donald Trump to do that. You can, if you can't invite them over to your house, go out somewhere. Invite them to the local establishment. Buy dinner for them. Treat them to something. Start where you are. You've heard that phrase before. Just start where you are. You can start a Bible study group. Now, I'll be honest with you, that takes a little bit more forthcoming of someone who's going to start a Bible study group. But listen to what I'm saying here. What if you're already like in a men's group at church? Maybe you invite one of the guys over. Hey, why don't you guys come over and watch the game? Why don't you come over and we'll barbecue this weekend? See, now I'm getting to where you think, okay, I could do that. Of course you can. If you homeschool, maybe you got a homeschool co-op that teaches real history. Chances are, if you homeschool, you already have that community that you can tap into. And you homeschool for a reason. And most of the times now people aren't homeschooling because of convenience. They're homeschooling because they're trying to protect their children. Well, go ahead and do that. You could have a support group for fired and canceled workers. I mean, this gets into more of the weeds you can. The key is to get together in real life. Please don't try to do this stuff on Zoom or Teams. Get together in real life with the people around you, people that you can give a reassuring handshake to or a reassuring hug to. Do this for real. It isn't just going to be good for them, it's going to be good for you. So turn an online connection into an in-person strength. Now remember this: strong communities also protect strong institutions. I told you guys. I've been telling everybody who watch me here on YouTube or on Rumble that I'm the guy who ran for county commission twice, and not in consecutive terms. Yes, because after no, I ran and then I didn't win, obviously, and then there was a space of time that I was sick, and then I ran after I got better. So in 12 years, I ran twice. I'm a Republican, a conservative Republican in a 70-30 Democrat district. Yeah. Why? Run for office, run for school board. Get in. Okay, so running for running for political office is too much for you. Can you get involved in your church's education programs? Can you do that? I would hope that you would have enough of whatever it took to get involved at church, right? At your church, not somebody else's church, your church. Back the sheriff. Well, how do you do that? I tell you what, we did this at my church, and it was just one day it was just pastor and I. We went to around where our church is, to some substations, and we brought snacks, big old box of snacks. Hey, God bless you. Thank you for what you do. They were like, wow, this is the best. We got snacks. Do that at the sheriff's office. If you have a mayor that's about truth and freedom, faith and family, back them. Let them know. Send them an email. Make an appointment at their office. Invite them to church. Invite them to your community meeting. Invite them to your HOA meeting. The same thing with mayors and city council members and county commissioners. Invite them. Let them know that, hey, we like what you're doing, and we're going to support you. Business leaders in your community, let them know. Frequent their businesses and let them know that you believe in what that you are part of what they're doing. That you believe in what they're doing. If they stand for freedom, if they stand for faith, if they stand for families, let them know in no uncertain terms, hey, we're going to stand with you. So when you build institutions that don't bow, you preserve truth for the long haul. Because we're not just protecting our homes, which we are doing, we're fortifying the public square. And that's very important. Ladies and gentlemen, this series was never about strategy. It's about survival. And it ends right where it should, with us together. If you're tired of the lies, if you're tired of the compromise, folks, it's time to build a circle that tells the truth and doesn't flinch. Get together. Stand tall. Stay loud. Because that is how we take our country back. My name is Willie Lawson. This is the morning report. Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye bye now.